Oh shit, here we go again.
Let me explain this patch to you if you don't already know. So we're greeted by two things. The first is the Super Saiyan Blue evolution transformation for Saiyans that you once again obtained from Whis. The transformation looks pretty good, so we're off to a pretty good start. I understand there isn't a red transformation, though that's what I preferred, but it would be a downgrade from the previous transformation. You also notice some more Hero Coliseum challengers. Okay, let me just pick this preset. Wait, what the heck? What the heck is this? Hey, very more broken than the last time. Okay, so he's already made this mode pretty much unplayable if I go online. So we're gonna see what's adjusted to this gameplay. As long as I just choose my character in. Since when were you so strong? This is the first Goku. Your stats were lower because your power level and experience were lower then. This would basically mean everybody got buffed. And that means...
Now then, it's time for me to make the donuts.
Yep, got buffed too. As a matter of fact, everybody got buffed. The mentor stats got buffed and everything. Characters like Nappa, Piccolo, Lord Slug, 16, Gotenks, Majin Buu, Bardock, Broly, Beerus, Cooler, and Hit all now have 4 health bars when they fight you. Characters like Goku and Cell get master super buffs. And guess what? Vegeta's is only scratching the surface. Mentor's even more broken super souls like these ones. Dimps, you idiots, do you even know what you've done once again? Suppose a female Saiyan comes at you with Final Explosion, or Namekian with Fake Blast. This patch is probably just a cheesy past experiment. Are you trying to destroy what is left of your Xenoverse fanbase or something? Because it looks like the case. Or maybe you're trying to get me to finally give up on this game. I'm going to see the game to the end, like I did with Xenoverse 1. And what is this? A Cyberman. A freaking Cyberman packs a bigger punch than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Yeah, sure, let's just go with that. Harlow was already spiraling out of control after the Cell Saga, so guess we could just apply that same principle here. They officially made Super Saiyan Gogeta better than Vegeta, when before the only differences was basic attacks and strike supers. The Super Saiyan 2 Gohan can't one-shot you anymore with his father-son Kamehameha glitch anymore. That's actually a good thing, actually. Ultra and Goku can play the timid game now, since his stamina regens fast like any other character. Grunt characters like the Frieza soldiers and Cybermen can now take damage like ordinary cast characters. Jiren, Baby, Ultra and Goku, Kefla, Deborah, and a Cyberman can just destroy your entire health bar in the blink of an eye. Hercule now has a second preset with Darkness Mixer. And just when I thought that was the most absurd patch detail, I went into the evasive skills when I was editing my characters. Fate Blast takes 2 stamina bars instead of 3. Are you high out of your mind right now? Now I know for a fact you didn't test this patch before you released it. Do you even realize what you've done? Not only will backhits cease to exist as this patch renders them almost useless online, but you just created an entirely new generation of cheeses to come. Cooler, already having his infamous falsely confirms, no longer needs to vanish behind you anymore, as both of his evasives use 2 stamina bars. And this same person provides the hit too. Insta Rise and his time skip evasive also only use 2. So let's do a brief recap. 4 health bars, better evasive usage, and past super buffs. Now I guarantee you'll almost never beat Hit again in ranked, at least without mods. And speaking of, did they even do anything about this modder problem? So, you are meaning to tell me, once again, instead of doubling down on this, you just nerfed the moves. Are you even trying right now? You just nerfed a problem that you created in the first place that shouldn't have been there to begin with. Now, if I was in charge of this wouldn't have happened to begin with. Like, they would be able to cheat you with these mods and raids. The Trunks, in his grab loop, he can keep the grab, but the stamina breaking part will only knock you back like how time control works. Fake death will only use one bar of ki. The full power Super Saiyan Broly will only have one grab. I'd also add a QQ band giveaway option. The Super Saiyan God would have different stages of transformation like the standard Super Saiyan, but will require more ki and drain more ki. Gods of Destruction races and tougher races will be a thing. But do you know what Dips did? They decided to scrap any good idea and increase Broly's hit priority and armor. They kept the Trunks grab loop, added no new transformations for all races but the Saiyans once again, buffed every cast character. They completely nerfed female Saiyans useless in basic attacks and then increased fake death damage. Now, a while ago I actually made parody pictures of Dips and their practices. Now, I didn't think they would actually do, I thought they would actually change. In one patch, you just single-handedly heightened my blood pressure into uncharted territory. And we're just getting started. Fortunately, RDF 2050 and a few others were able to translate the patch notes from Japanese to English, so I managed to screenshot them from the computer and got them in a share factory and some other stuff with it, because it wasn't working well on the PlayStation. Now, I want you to see these for yourself, because as you'll quickly notice, just about every skill in this game got a damage increase, which will arguably make male Saiyans with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution an even cheaper race to beat now. Now, I don't have a male Saiyan, so I'm going to use Sakura here, who has 0 in Ki Blast to showcase the nerfs and buffs of these moves. Without further ado, cue the music.
You serious?
I wanna take you for a ride.
So, did you enjoy the show? Of course you did. Now, I want you to add that to the new Super Souls in the game with a cheaper race, and then tell me what you get. See, what you get is a slap to the face and a literal blueprint how not to patch a game on its last leg. People periodically tell me on YouTube and stuff that I should move on to another game like Jump Force, but from what I've heard, its style of substance as it's unfinished, with even more broken characters like Piccolo, which is unsurprisingly from the topic of discussion. And you can correct me if I'm wrong since I haven't played it yet. And all of this is aside from the fact that we still haven't gotten an event that gives you icons in New Canton City that has been out for a while. And I haven't even gotten to the paid content part yet, because for another $8 or $9, this allows you to get Super Saiyan God Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, along with Ribrianne. And this better not be like the last time, where they put a season pass out months after the content's already come out. And not to worry, you are going to be getting those, you fat pig. But as much as I dislike her, a giant version of her would actually make for an interesting raid boss battle. You know, attacking different body parts to take her down, kind of like how you did with some of the people in Battle of Z. And now I reminded myself of that, how come we never got a new ape enemy to fight? I mean, there's so many choices like Metal Cooler, Janemba, and Hirudegarn. Now, that I would actually pay and support. Now, I don't feel as great supporting this game if you're just going to spit in the faces of your customers, giving them stuff they don't want, even to give you their hard-earned money. I mean, if you look at a game like Fortnite, that game constantly patches their game to try to make everybody happy. Okay, no, I'm done with this rant. I really am. Like, if I go on any further, I'm going to be here all day. So you just let me know in the comments if you think this patch was a step in the right or wrong direction. So you just like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Forget hit with 4 hurt bars. Hit with 4 health bars. What the heck were they thinking?